Welcome to Whispers in Ink. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Welcome to Wednesday night class. You guys, we are going to be playing with the Flower Zinnia Designer Series paper. And I am Jennifer. I'm not only here to inspire you, I'm here to give you permission to try all of the new things, including two super exciting ideas that I have out of the 5 cards that we're going to be doing with this Flowering Zinnia Designer Series paper. You guys, I want to show you, though, what you get when you get a Ding Dong Ditch. Now, keep in mind, I have 2 kits left. 2 of this one. It's already ready to go in the mail. No, almost ready to go in the mail because, you know, I forgot to order the butterflies. But anyways, 2 kits almost ready to go. And you guys, this is what you would get. You would get 11 pieces of a Designer Series paper that are going to be this paper. Oh, you guys, this paper is just amazing. So happy. Now, why 11, Jennifer? Because there's 12 pieces. See this piece right here? This piece right here, you guys, I cheated. But shh, don't tell. You guys do not have to fussy cut this piece out. This is how much I love you. So just so you know, and don't think I'm going to do that on every single time, but you guys, there are your flowers right there, already cut out for you. And look at this, you guys get some ribbon, and you guys get some brass butterflies, which, by the way, you guys, because I'm short, I'm not going to be using mine, just so you know. And then you have all kinds of parts and pieces, and there are some extras, just so you know. All right, now, you're also, I have 2 pieces of 5.5 by 8.5 that are cut. The copper clay, because of this one, okay, because it's already embossed for you. And then there's this crumb cake piece, because it is embossed for you also, okay? Now, that's 2, so there will be 12 other pieces of cardstock in here. We've got regular basic white, flirty, melon mambo, flirty flamingo, melon mambo, old olive, real red, 2 pieces of petal pink, a thick white. And by the way, you guys, when I do the thick white, I try to mark it or score it just in case you don't get one that's marked, because I think I scored a couple and forgot to put stickers on them. But anyways, lemon lime twist, blackberry bliss, and another piece of copper clay. All of this, plus all the Designer Series paper, your embossed parts, your extra parts, and your ribbon, all for one class. And because I have 2 extras, you guys, oh, I gotta double check something because I don't remember. I want to say it was $17. $17 for this whole entire kit. Shipping is obviously extra. All right, so we have 5 cards to make tonight, you guys. 5. So I hope that you're ready to go. Now, I always, when I'm doing my cards, you guys, because what I do is I take what you guys get, okay? And I want to show you, after all 5 cards are created, this is the Designer Series paper that is left. This, not this, this is cardstock. But this is all of the paper that is left. It's a lot of pieces, you guys. There is a lot of pieces. Oh, and look, I even had an extra of the fence. Okay, So this is all the extra parts. Now, when I make my cards with you guys here, I try to make what usually, because we usually do 4 cards for the Ding Dong Ditch, I try to make my 4 cards with you guys with just the same 6x6 paper. What do I mean by that? I'm trying to tell you that you can get 8 cards out of this designer series paper. All you have to do is add in your cardstock, extra cardstock. Now, with that being said, I also offer an add-on for an extra set of cardstock. So nice options for you guys, nice options. But let's see what kind of trouble we can get into. And let's try to make up these 5 cards. So I'm going to show you guys. Now I did do, thanks to Becky's help too, I did a whole boatload of fussy cutting. And I actually did this fussy cutting myself. So I'm making sure to hold these out because I'm sure I'm going to use them again. And you guys do not, and I've said this before, do not discard these little pieces here because these little pieces make amazing card insides. Super easy, works out perfect. I mean, I probably wouldn't use that. Probably not, but I definitely would use that and that for sure. All right, so with that being said, here's our first card. And you guys, it's using the Melon Mambo and Real Red sheet, which has the little pluses and tick marks on the back side. So this one, you guys, I want to flip the orientation on this one. And because, you know, we like to change things up just a little bit around here. So we're going to do this one first. But I want to show you guys how pretty, just simple. How happy, wouldn't you love getting this as, you know, a feel better quickly kind of a card? I would. All right, so here's card number 1. I want to show you all of the cards and then we're going to go through real quick. Let me clean this mess up so you guys can see. All right, so there's that, good enough. All right, so we've got card number 1. We're going to do this one first. Card number 2 here is our Zinnia, white Zinnia background piece with a couple of flowers added in and a congratulations. This I think would be a good wedding card. And I just did, again, those corner pieces, you guys. That's all that I did with that. That will be card number 2. Here is card number 3, you guys. And this is a fussy cut of this right here. So I got to figure out for our card for today how I'm going to use, and I think actually I'm going to end up coming in here, and using this little section right here for this. And you'll see there are some die cut parts on here. That's where your embossed piece is going to come in. It's going to come in on your wood grain. And you guys, this is a fun fold. You guys got 2 fun folds with this, and there's a moving card too. So that is your easel, a gate easel, no pun intended, because that's a gate right there. And there is your inside piece. And that's how it closes up. And then this is card number 4, and this is your moving card. I kept the front simple, although I think we're going to put, I want to put a layer here and then put the flower. I want to see what it looks like. So, but this card, you guys, check out that vase. How cool is that? Isn't that so cool? And yes, all of your die cut pieces are in your sheet. And look, here's another little corner, and here's our happy birthday. So are you curious what the stamp set is? You guys, this stamp set is the Sweetly Scripted stamp set. It is an online exclusive. Happy anniversary, congratulations, happy birthday, a million thanks, speedy recovery, save the date. Are the sentiments in here? Here is card number 5. That is my post-it note with my measurements on the back, you guys. So we're gonna make this cute pot card, and it's got a pull out. And you guys, this is so easy. When I saw this card, you guys, I actually saved it. I want to show you. I saw it, and I don't remember where. Hang on. Da, 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 because, you know, I have sneaky photos in here, so I can't show them all to you. Hang on one second. Where is it? I saw this card, and I went on the hunt. Didn't know what to call it at the time, but I knew that I wanted to make, oh, kitchen table crafter, there we go. So giving Charlene her due, okay, because it was because of this card right here that I wanted to do this pot card. Now, I wanted to keep it simple, a little bit more simple than what Charlene did on hers. So I wanted to use the designer series paper and a couple of die cut pieces. So these are flowers from the designer series paper. So shout out to Charlene for inspiring me to use this paper for the Ding Dong Ditch. All right, so let's start with the easiest one, and we're gonna work our way up, you guys. Now, I do have cardstock pieces here, you guys, that are left over that I'm gonna use so that I don't have to use the the 5.5 by 8.5 pieces, just so you know. So like example would be this layer right here. So I'm gonna do that. I need my trimmer. Trimmer, I left it on my chair. So we're going to, and I did say I wanted to change the orientation. So we are going to be doing that. Now, did you guys know that I sell just my PDFs too? So let's say you already have all the supplies that you want, and you just want the PDF version of this card, or of this set. It's $10, you guys. $10 will get you everything that you need to recreate, or will get you the instructions to recreate this card that I'm making today. All right, so now I'm gonna put my DSP pieces that I'm already done using over to the side, because you guys, the table gets to be a huge shambles and it stresses me out. And right now I'm stressed enough. All right, so because this is our regular, remember, dark is death. So we're gonna do this way. This way, we're gonna do this like this, and we're gonna do this like this. There we go. And then we're gonna take a piece of, I'm gonna use a scrap piece, you guys, but you're gonna use another, you're gonna cut from your other piece because there's a second piece there. And I did speedy recovery on this one. I think this time, and the reason I did speedy recovery, you guys, is because of the space. So this time, this one's going to say happy anniversary because I didn't use that one. Yes, I can read backwards. Happy anniversary. All right. And we're gonna come in with our real red on this. I think this is a pretty anniversary card. Now, I will say, you guys, the ribbon on this group is tight. Because you know how I love my ribbon. That's going to be that. I think we're going to flag both ends on that one because we can. And then our inside, what's this? Oh, this one's just got flowers on the inside. So I think, and you guys, I'm going to fussy cut the flowers for the inside at a later time. All right, so this is basically our first card. So I'm going to undo this. This is my ribbon. And this one I'm going to do a little bit differently. I'm going to take my pink. I said I was going to flag both sides, but I think I'm going to skip that because for this one, I'm going to, and I need my adhesives, Jennifer. Oh, goodness. All right, here we go. So I have my reverse tweezers. And yes, I like to use my Stampin' Up! Ones first. Let's move that to the side. Let's do our knot. And we don't want to cover our H of our happy, but we want it all the way over. You guys hear the birds too? I know the chickens are roosting, or are crowing. I don't know if you can hear my little wren or not. She is just out there singing and singing, you guys. Singing and singing. And I gotta tell you, it makes me happy. I love listening to her. She is so happy. Until I moved here, you guys, I never had a wren. Till I moved to Indiana. That sounds crazy to me. But it's true. Didn't have one until I moved here. All right, so here's our little happy anniversary card. We're going to flag this end. And I'm not going to like super flag, but just an end. And then we're going to do our glue here. And you guys, I really wish I could have been with you live tonight. My internet is just, you guys, we had a storm the other day. And I've been having problems with the internet ever since. So I don't know if it's one of our towers got messed up or what. Not 100% positive. So know that I am there when you're watching in spirit. And you know, your 2 cents matter. So comment and comment away. There we go. All right. Bone folder. We're going to burnish our score here. Now, you guys, just so you know also, once you get the PDF, even if you just purchase the PDF, you guys, once you get the PDF, the link for the video will be in that post. And I think we're going to skinny that just a scotch. Oh yeah, there we go. Know that there is a link now, and if you have purchased a Ding Dong Ditch from me in the last year, all of those videos, you guys, should have the video linked to the, no, I'm sorry. Hang on. If you have purchased a Ding Dong Ditch or a PDF from the Ding Dong Ditch, the video will be linked in the PDF going back a year. So if you have any questions on how to create anything, that's the first place that you can go. And secondly, then come to me, because, you know, I'm here to help you. Okay. So let's get this taken off. I think this would be a very pretty anniversary card. So we're gonna put that like that. And then I wanna take my little one and put it right there. Let me double check something. Nope, that'll work. So we're gonna put this, and we're just gonna pop it right in here, you guys. I actually wish I had a lighter color. Hang on, let me see. You know what? I am going to cut this one and put that right there. So just so you know, that's going to be there. So here would be card number 1. There we go. The original version and the online version. There's card 1. All right. I'm putting them back behind me in case I forget so you guys can help me remember. All right, that's card 1. Card number 2 is this one. And we're going to take this and maybe that. Actually, maybe that one. I think we'll take these two. These two. I think that'll be perfect. All right, so now no DSP on this one. This one, though, uses our white Zinnia embossed piece, which everyone got, you guys. Now this piece, I gave you a half. So, and you guys, Paula had the most awesome scrappy card for our swap, you guys. So you're going to want to join me on Saturday because she had an awesome idea for these scraps, you guys. So, and I want to show you that then. All right, so we got that. There's that. We've got our flowers. We need our flirty piece, but then I know what this one is. You guys, it's just been a crazy day. It's just a crazy day. All right, let's see. We need a flirty flamingo. And we're going to score this. Dark as death, that's up there. Score this. Oh, we need one more piece because I need my crumb cake piece, right? Yeah, for my I like this one for a congratulations card. It would be a really good thank you card too, I think. Apparently there's a ruckus out there. I think, I don't know what the ruckus is, but it is what it is. All right. I stole another scrap because I didn't want to cut the other one, you guys. So, all right, here's my question for you guys. Which way does this go? Does it go this way? Or does it go this way? This way, it pops up. This way, it goes in. So this would be your deboss. Sorry, you guys. That would be your deboss. And this would be your emboss. So we did the deboss this time. I think I'm going to flip it around because I did this side on this card. I think we're going to do it the other way because I'm curious. I know this way, if we do a lot of glue on here, you guys, it'll lay flat, but I'm super curious what the difference is going to be. Which, all right, Jennifer, seriously, I hear you guys. Really, Jennifer, does it make that much of a difference? No, But everybody has a preference, you guys. And for me, I think I like it that way. So the deboss side. So this is more your, you wouldn't do blackout technique with this one, you guys. There's a lot of detail in this. And you would end up doing a lot of black. So you couldn't do a blackout technique with that. However, I do think it looks really cool. So let's see, what are we gonna do? Oh, maybe we'll do, wait a minute. So we used the congratulations. This one was thanks. This one was happy birthday. And that one doesn't have a sentiment. So I'm not, you guys, save the date. I have no reason to use the save the date. However, you could do save the date for a birthday party. You could do save the date for coffee. That's what we're going to do. Save the date. And we're going to do it for coffee. Because I know exactly who I'm going to be sending that card to. Oh, most definitely. Because I need a coffee date. All right, so we're going to take our pieces here. See, so save the date doesn't have to be just for weddings, right? Save the date can be for anything. It could be for a get-together. Save the date could be for, what else could it be for? It could be for, like I said, it could be for coffee, and that's what I'm going to use it for. I'm going to send a friend of mine a note because I know I'm going to be out her way, and I'm going to have her save the date for a coffee date. Okay, so we are going to do our ribbon like this, but I'm going to do it on the other side, which means I'm going to pull my flower to the other side too. Now this one is this the last time I used this one? No, not really, but that's all right. Okay, so we're going to tuck this in here. I'm going to hold this knot here. I'm going to tuck in my reverse tweezers, and then I'm going to pull my lemon lime twist ribbon in, just like that. Do a little snippy snip. Now, I have a bazillion pairs of tweezers, you guys. So I'm going to use a second pair, and I'm going to tie a knot. And we're going to do this. Do. And I'm going to actually tie a knot. There we go. So here is our little save the date. If you need to show the ribbon who's boss, you guys, do that. Get that glue dot out and do it up. And then here's our save the date. Just like that. We'll put dimensionals on that. And I was going to say, I just had these dang dimensionals. And I just do them in a line all the way down, you guys. And we're going to trim that. And this is going to go down here. I trimmed just a scotch. There we go. All right, so now we have this. I'm going to do this next one and then the last one and save the date just like that. Whoa, we got to put that on there, Jen. Oh, brother. All right, so we got that glued on. We've got this stamped and our ribbon. And I think we're gonna do a flower like that. See how it just kind of tucks in and around? That's how I'm gonna do my flower. And actually, I think I'm just gonna put one dimensional right here. So you guys, this PDF, which by the way, like I said earlier, you can buy just the PDF if you so choose. This PDF will include all the tricks, okay? There you go. So here is our original card with the embossed, and here is our online card with the deboss. I don't know, you guys. I like them both. All right, so that's card number 2. Now things are gonna get interesting because now we're working on the tough cards. So here's what we're gonna do first. First, don't I have a piece of that already cut? Don't I? Hang on. I thought I did. Because I had all of those extra DSPs, right? You're gonna need your wood grain emboss for this one. You're gonna need your lemon lime twist. You're gonna need your blackberry. I have a leftover piece. And then I could have swore. Oh, probably not. I think I fussy cut it with the flowers. That's right. That's right. I don't have an extra of that because I fussy cut it with the flowers. All right, so we have to do our DSP piece first. And then we're gonna do our blackberry piece. So this is gonna go on here like that. And then we're gonna take this piece, we're gonna score it, because this gets scored like a regular gate, you guys. Okay, and then we need 2 long pieces. Two long pieces. And 3 short pieces. Oh my gosh, you guys, this worked out perfectly. Perfectly. They're all the same. One, 2, and 3. And look, you still have a piece left. All right, so, and look, you still have a piece left, so don't worry, just in case. So here's how I made mine. Okay, I took my 3 posts, and mine, you guys, these are a little bit thinner. I could have swore. Did I cut them wrong? No, I didn't. Apparently, I decided to go smaller on this one. I don't know. Anyways, I think actually, seeing as these are smaller, we could probably, no, 3 is good. And I like these 3. Okay. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take these three together, just like this. All the tops are all together. And then we're going to take our bigger scissors. And you guys, I'm just doggy earing, for those of you that know what I'm talking about, I'm dog earing my posts so that we get 3 fancy cuts on the top of our posts. Now, the first thing that I want to do though, I want to take my base here. We're going to burnish the scores. Burnish, burnish. And it's going to go this way. All right. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to take this piece, embossed or debossed. I think I'm going to put the debossed part in the front. I think I know I put the embossed. And we're going to run a little bead of glue along the edge, just like that. Little itty bitty bead, okay? And we're going to take this and our silicone mat, and I'm putting it right on the edge, like right on the edge. I got kitties outside looking for food, and the darn starlings keep eating it all. All right. That's why you want to be very careful. So then the next piece that we're going to do is this. So we're going to do our best to space them out accordingly. And all the same side. You want to do all those the same way, you guys, just so you know. All right, so I'm actually going to put this weight on here. I'm going to put my ink pad on here, you guys, so it holds it down, because apparently I didn't burnish it hard enough. All right, so we're going to do a little glue here. And I want this down at the end, but I want a little bit over on here. So we're going to do that, and I'm going to do this side next. Same. Lining it up. Like that. And then I think that that's going to be our middle. And we're going to do a little glue here. And there's that. All right, so we've got our 3 fence posts in. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this, and apparently it was sticky, and we're going to take this piece, and you guys, we're going to glue it this way on the back side, because then it'll be the same as this piece. So you don't want to glue it this way, because then they won't be the same. You'll have one post or one rail on the front, on the back side, and one rail on the front. You don't want that. So you're going to want to flip it over, and I'm going to just do, oh, that one got turned backwards. No, they didn't. Those are all right. Okay. And then we're going to put this here, and I want to close it to make sure not only that it's straight, but also so that we have an actual fence there we go. Now let's take our silicone craft sheet one more time. Like that. So there's our fence now. That was so hard, you guys. I broke a sweat. Whew. All right, but here's where the sweat's actually going to happen. All right. So I want to create this right here. This part. And I really like this. So what I'm thinking is we're going to, I first do my quick cut, you guys, and then I go back in again. And this one's really a quick one. I think we're going to go big on this one. Oh yeah, okay. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this, these two, and this one. So now I can kind of come back in and cut these out, but don't discard those. All right, and I don't need this. So this is going to be our piece, like this. I think that's gonna be pretty. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, you guys, and I'm not gonna make you suffer through it, but because I wasn't sure. I didn't know 100% what I wanted to do here. So I wanted to show you how I chose my piece. The end, this piece here, you guys, was super duper easy because it was all on the end. I'm going to just do what I'm going to call a rough cut, and I'm not going to glue it then. I'm going to rough that out, and we're going to rough that out, and we're going to rough that, and whoa, almost missed that one. We'll go that way. All right, and then this one will go in here. Because zinnias get tall, you guys. I plant zinnias from seed every year. Every year. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to tuck this in. Actually, I think we're going to. Oh my gosh, you guys. We're going to have to cut all of that off. There we go. That's what's it's gonna look roughly like that. I need to pop it down just a little bit. We're gonna finish, I'm gonna finish up those edges, you guys. I will share a better photo later. And I'm also going to pretend, that piece, this stem right here, is tucked in the back. So do you see where I'm going with that? But wait, we have a die cut piece here. Actually, this one takes a couple of pieces. So we want the 2 flower buds, the purple, the Highland Heather, and the Flirty. And one of those leaf groups. And then we need that. And we need this. And where is I need my flirty round one. Nope. That goes in there. It's in here somewhere. I double checked everything, you guys. Okay, there's that. That's what we need right there. And then one of your pieces like this, and there's 4, you guys. You have 4 pieces. One of them is kind of shifty, like this one. This one's kind of shifty, and I did that intentionally, okay? And you'll see why in just a minute. Okay, so all of those parts need to go back in here. Plus, I gave you some extra pieces just in case you wanted to be adventurous. And put all that back in here. All of that goes back in your bag. All right. So we've got our rough sketch here, and I am not going to glue any of this, but I want to show you what I did. So I'm going to take my Highland Heather and my Flirty Flamingo, and I think for this one, you guys, I'm going to do the Highland Heather in the back, where this one, I did the Highland Heather in the front. Because of this flower here, I think the Highland Heather in the back would work better. And you guys, this is all just preference. Totally preference. A little dab of glue. And I want to layer this on top so that it looks like that. And then this flower is going to get this right there. And it's going to go on the bottom just like that. So see what we've got? We've got an extra little zinnia ready to go. And this is where this is where I'm going to hide that stem not coming down, because what I'm going to do is we're going to have that stem tucked right there. And this one is going to go, I'm going to probably end up trimming it, and it's going to go right there. So I'm hiding my bad fussy cutting with that. Okay. And then obviously this is going to get glued onto this. Like this. And I liked the grid paper because it kind of reminded me of a trellis, right? Or do you use fishing line, you guys? I use fishing line to hold up some of my my climbing ones. I love using fishing line for that. We're gonna lift this up and we're gonna put this perfectly in place just like that. And that's why we didn't glue the ends, you guys. And then this, regular scissors, let's see. I actually think that I'm trying to fix something, so bear with me here, you guys. And we're going to, there we go. That's better. We're gonna cut this out. And there. I wanted to try and figure out. There we go. So that's going to go like this. Now, you guys, to glue this, we're gonna be gluing it to the fence itself. And I will end up cutting like this fussy cut section right here. You guys, I will cut that out. What I'm talking about, let's see, we're gonna go up straight from here. And we're gonna give that stem. And we're gonna clean this up because I wanna be able to show you how I'm fastening this, you guys. So bear with me here. I know you guys, fussy cutting is not everybody's thing, but I think this one's worth it. I am gonna stick my scissors in here, you guys. And I'm gonna clean this out. And the reason I'm doing that is because of the fence. I wanna be able to see that fence in the background. And just take your time. Don't rush yourself. As I toss my white pieces all over the place. That's okay. I'm the one that does the cleaning, right? And we're gonna clean this up a little bit. You guys, to me, this extra little thing, not only does it give us less white space in the background, to me, it makes a big difference because check this out. So we've got this here, and see how this stem is going to look like it popped through. So we can see that, see what I'm talking about? That little bit of fence back there. That to me is something, and I will cut this in here too. So that's one of those little things, you guys, to me that makes a big difference. All right, so, but what about this stuff? We have all these other little pieces. Well, that is our kickstand, you guys. So what I'm talking about is we're gonna reverse this the same way we reversed this. I'm gonna take my mini dimensionals. I might take your pick tool. And we're putting the purple in the back. So I'm doing a dimensional here on this. Right, this way. And we're gonna put that just like that. So that, and then this is gonna go on a dimensional. And you guys, I know, and this one I'm gonna do too. This, I love making my kickstands extra sturdy. So you have two options here, and I like the easy option after all that fussy cutting, right? I'm gonna take that one leaf, because on this piece, there is one leaf that is not good. This one got cut off. So that's why you got a scrap piece. So what we're gonna do here, I'm gonna take this off. I'm gonna flip this over, and I'm gonna make my card stand up, and I'm gonna put my two, what I'm calling my flower rounds. That's what I think I called them in the PDF. We're gonna put that there, and then we're gonna take this, our leaf, with a little bit of glue, not a whole bunch like I just did, just a little. And I'm gonna stick this down like that, so that it looks like that. And that is now our kickstand for our fence. See? Isn't that cool? Oh, you guys, I am loving this. This card, you guys, I think was one of my favorites. And not because of the fussy cutting. I do love to fussy cut, there is no doubt. However, However, this one, I think we're going to make this one a birthday card, you guys, because I know who I want to give this one to. And I'm late on some of my birthday cards. All right, so we're going to take this. We're going to make this a happy birthday. Happy birthday. No, congratulate this one. Now, this one, you guys, we could not flip it. And, oh, that's not be big enough. Okay, I got to clean this. Hang on. Oh, wait, I have another one. Hold on. Okay. There we go. We need our blackberry ink for this one. And I'm going to put this across all the way up here. And I think there were other little extra, this piece. This little flower, I'll probably end up fussy cutting that out, you guys. Maybe. That one's kind of crazy. Oh, we'll do this one right here. Do. See how quick I can be. So you can see it kind of finished anyways. I know fussy cutting is not for everybody, you guys, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Particularly this one's going on a white piece. Oh, close that ink, Jennifer. You almost put your arm right in that. Oh, were you guys trying to tell me? I bet you guys were. Fussy cutting is not hard, okay? I know sometimes it's because you don't want to pull your readers out because, you know, I'm fussy cutting this and I don't have mine on. But to me, this extra little piece here, not only do I not have to throw it away, which maybe that's me being, we're going to say frugal. But I'm going to put that right down here. So it just adds a little extra something, something. And it's easy. And here's the thing. What I really, really like about being able to fussy cut with paper like this, you guys, is you don't have to have the stamp. Right? You don't have to have the stamp because you have all these gorgeous flowers. All right, so now let's move all that. Let's get this. I know we've got that flower. It needs to go in there yet. So we're going to take this. This is going to be our inside of card number 3. Card number 3. There's that. And then this is going to be what it's going to look like that. And then this will go like right there. And imagine it fussy cut out better, okay? I'm not going to make you guys sit through that, and I bet if you guys were here, I bet you would say, Jennifer, just do it. I bet you would, but I'm not going to make you sit through that. So enough of an idea, you guys. I like the skinny part, but I also really like, and you could actually, if you wanted to, you guys, you don't have to put that there. You could put that like hanging out over here. It just depends on which section you decide. I like it just like that. I think that's pretty. But, you know, these die cuts, the pieces that you get can hide a multitude of sins, you guys. And I mean that lovingly because I'm not perfect. No, definitely not. And I'm okay with that. All right, let's get rid of some of this trash. Okay, so there's that. Now we have this card. This is our fourth card. Now, you guys, this one, I'm going to put this one to be more complicated than this one, okay? Because of the moving parts. You guys, moving parts are always a trick, right? That moves. So moving parts are always a trick. So what we're going to do, I'm going to take my thick white, which I already have, and it's already scored. It's already scored. We'll save that for later. Okay. This time, you guys, I want to take this old olive piece, and I want to make it a whole card front. Just to do something a little bit different. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to cut this as a layering piece. And then I'm going to take this piece, which was left over, and I'm just going to, and it's 3 inches, you guys, and I'm just going to cut that. And then this is going to go and become our front. And I'll use our lemon lime twist glue because I didn't put it back. And you guys, these little zinnias are so stinking cute. I'm going to put this down here. There. And then we're going to take our lemon lime twist ribbon. And we do have enough ribbon. I wasn't sure. And my ribbon was short. We're going to do this. Now here's another good one, you guys. We're going to tie it without breaking my fingers. We're going to tie a bow. And we're going to make another tweak on this. Okay, so there's that. Now, we need this, but we're not going to get to that just yet. What do we need next? I need this big piece. This piece right here. This. Or even this. Ooh, I like that. So we're going to take this one right here to fussy cut this. And I'm going to fussy cut the leaves off because technically to me they don't look attached. And we're not going to get full ones anyways. Rough cut first. Doody-doody-doo. Just like that. And then I'm going to do a couple of little roundings just to get the other color out. Because I don't want that flirty background back there. And you guys, to me, I love not having to throw these pieces away. And then, because we're tweaking this, you guys, now, and you have the capability to make this change yourself if you got this kit too. So, but here's what I want to do, because we need a leaf. right? It's supposed to have a leaf, but this leaf is gonna match. I don't want it to match. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab my dauber and I think I grabbed my old olive. I think it is in here. It is, because I need it for this. I'm gonna grab my dauber, hopefully. Old olive. And my ink. And I'm gonna darken up these edges. Maybe. Here we go. And yes, I know I'm going to get ink on my fingers again. Oh, no, I didn't. So, see how that darkened that up a little bit? Now look at it. If we stick this in here, actually, I think I would probably stick it like that, because I didn't do a fussy very good right there. Multitude of sin cover up, you guys. There we go. All right, so there's our front on this. And I'm going to attach this. And we're going to do 3 minis across the top here. And I'm going to do a little bit of glue along here so that it looks like that. We're going to take this out. We're going to tuck this underneath the DSP. So see how I'm tucking it underneath there? You won't be able to see it, but I'm still doing it. Let's straighten that ribbon out. I'd rather have it messed up in the back so you don't see it. There we go. And that, wait, see, I messed up that cut right there. That's okay, because that's where we're going to put our dimensional, or our leaf. And I'm going to do the same situation with this leaf that I did with the flower. I'm going to do a little bit of glue and a little dimensional, and then we're going to tuck that just like that. Actually, there we go, like that. So that's going to be our front. There is enough going on, right? With what we've got going on the inside now, I'm going to put this up here. We're going to need this. But first, you guys, let's move all this to the side. We're going to take a deep breath, and we're going to pull out the pieces that we need for this. We don't need these or this. We do need that. We do need that. Do need that, and I'm going to use that. I don't need this, and this is an extra piece, you guys. I just thought it was cool. If we want to use it, we can. That goes in there, I think, right? Do we need 2 of those? Oh, open the card, Jennifer. Yes, we do need 2 of those. Okay. All right, so we need 2 of those. We need 2 of these. Yeah, because I did 1 on each. So we'll save this other one, although I can use both. But I think I want to use this one too, you guys, because guess what? It's my card. I can do it any way I want, right? So I want to leave this open so you guys can see. And here's our flowers. I think the flirty is going to go on the front. Now there's two different patterns here. There's this one that has the pointy tips, and then there's this one that has the pudgy tips. So this one, this one goes here, this one goes here. And I tried to reverse it. What do I mean by that? Well, what I mean is I tried to not use the same two pieces so that I could make it look like that. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of glue, and this is where we're going to work on our parts first, you guys. And do this so that we're happy with it. So we've got this one, and then we're going to do this one. And you guys, I accidentally poked through that, so that one's mine. I always give you guys the good ones. I always take the oopses for myself. There's that. Then we have one more. Oh, shoot. Nope, we'll be good. So this one's going to go in. I think that maybe we'll do it this way. I think I like the Berry Burst. This is Berry Burst. I like that behind the Highland Heather, I think, or in front of. I like it like that. Isn't that pretty? I think too that for the one that we're going to put in the front, I think I want to use that. I want to use that so that it looks like that. Ooh, what do you think about that? You guys tell me in the comments section. What do you think? I like that. I like that. That's what we're going to do. That's what I'm doing with mine. You guys have one too. So have at it. And I'm just doing little bits of glue dot on there, you guys. Or dots of glue. Okay, there's that. All right, so we got these. Now, this one of these you got to trim short so that we have a stem for this. And don't worry, you're not going to see it, so don't panic. Again, silicone craft sheet is your friend. There's that. And then these two. Now the stems I did in Mossy Meadow. I think. So this one will be in the front. I think this one's going to go in the back. So I think we're going to do that one tall. And this one we're going to do kind of tall. Like that. And then we're going to take these two here, like we did with the other one. We're going to do, there's two different patterns here. See, there's one, I called this one the hand, and that one is different. So we're going to take these, and we're going to kind of glue these together. Okay, what the heck was that? And don't put too much glue. We'll save that because I know I'll use it. Okay, so this one is gonna go here, and then this one is gonna go there. And then I'm gonna take this, our glue that I did way too much, and I'm gonna put my stems on like that. Remember, I said multitude of sins. That's what the die cuts are for, right? All right, so now all of our flowers are done, but here's the thing. I don't want to put the leaves on these yet until I get them, till I'm ready to put them on in here, because I want to make sure that I get the placement exactly where I want it so that you can see them. And then we might use that, we might not, I'm not sure. So this I'm going to put to the side. So now what we're going to do, and you guys, this is the tricky part. Here's the tricky part. So I did this, you guys. This is my template, but I did it upside down because it's got to go this way. So what you're going to do is we're going to take our leaf pattern here, which I thought was very fitting for a vase, and we're going to cut that piece, and we're going to, not only are we going to cut it, but we're going to score it also. So I'm going to take this, and I want to make sure that I get it the right way. All right, so there's this. Oh, you're kidding me. What did I just do? I did it the wrong way. Okay. Oh, come on. No. Oh, I know what I just did. I cut the front, you guys. Oh, for heaven's sakes. All right. So, round two. We're going to cut this. And I knew that wasn't long enough when I did it. Okay. So, we have our piece here to make our vase. All right. You want to make sure that your leaves are the right direction. But, you guys, just so you know, your scoring on both sides is going to be the same. Do-de-do-de-do. What matters here is the cut. Where you cut what. That's going to be the difference. Because you want the two pieces on this side and the single piece on this side. That's where I went wrong on the first one. So here's what I'm talking about. My leaves are all the way I need them to be, right? So we're going to take this, and I'm going to cut this, and I'm going to cut this. Now I want to cut that part off, and I want to cut that. Here's where our paper engineering degrees come in, right? And I want to cut these off so that it looks like this. That's the way we want it to look. So now I'm going to cut that, and then I'm going to cut these two here and here like this. So that's the right direction. This is the wrong direction. All right, now, oh, you guys, You want to make sure that your pattern is going the right direction, okay? That is the correct direction. That one's the wrong way. Okay, so we've got this. Now, we need mechanism parts. This is our mechanism part. Can you see that in here? Let me stick this little piece in here. Whoops. See our little mechanism piece in here? That's our mechanism piece. So we need one of those. And there is a stopper piece right there. So we need those two pieces. That's what's next. And you guys, this is all in your directions. Do not worry. I'm going to use scraps for mine. I don't want to cut brand new pieces, you guys. That seems slightly silly to me. Okay. So the longer piece is our mechanism piece. This needs to be scored at 3/8 of an inch. Now, where is 3/8 of an inch, Jennifer? This is quarter, this is half. That longer one in between is your 3/8 of an inch. You're not going to want to cut it. You want to score it. Score. And then we have one more piece, our stopper piece. There we go. Okay. Now, okay. I got to remember. I'm trying to remember. How did I do this first? Oh, I know. This you take your piece, your vase piece, and you flip it over. Now, oh my gosh, you guys, itchy, itchy. You're going to take this and you're going to put glue. And then you're going to take this and you're going to put it right over the top. Just past your score part. See that? You want to make sure that that's on good. And then our next part is, I'm trying to remember. Because, oh gosh, you guys, so this is going to go this way. And this should, if I did it right, I think I might need to trim this just a little bit more. There we go. Because this is going to be the pull part. See? So it's got to fit in between these two, because these two, this and this, get glued to your card base. See it in there? See how that goes? Isn't that cool? Okay, this part, you guys, we're going to use our, not this part. Where is our, this piece? This piece we're going to use tear and tape. Tear and tape. And this is going on what I'm going to call the stopper piece. And what do I mean? Stopper piece, I mean, it's going to be where our vase stops, so it can't be opened too far. So see how I've got tear and tape top and bottom, and this is going to go here. But this is going to go on our card base. All right, so we're gonna burnish our score here. Take this. All right, so now what we're gonna do is, this goes this way. This goes over here. All right, so this piece here, we're gonna do tear and tape on that. On this little piece right here. Just like that. And that is going to be, this is our mechanism piece, don't forget. So this goes Oh, that's a cut. Man, that was a bad cut. Woo. There we go. Okay. So we're going to put our vase down here. This edge of our mechanism piece goes along the score. Let me bring you in a little bit, you guys. Hang on. I want you to be able to see. So we've got this here. Here's our score on our card base. I want that to be just to the left of that, and then we're going to close it. Just like that. So now we have a mechanism. But next, we need to, I'm going to do glue on these two, you guys, so I can shimmy them the way I want. And you don't need to go crazy, but we're going to close this over. Actually, before we do that, let's do this. Almost forgot. Woo! We wouldn't want to be digging this around. Okay. We're going to put this here with more than enough room. Okay. We're going to fold this. We want to push this down. We want to fold this over and make sure that it gets glued on. So that it opens like, oops, sorry. Bringing you back out. Sorry, you guys. So there we go. And we have our stopper piece in here. This is all glued on. We are good to decorate now. But before we decorate, we're going to stamp, because I'm not going to stamp the front. We don't have a stamp on the front, right? So what we want to do is we want to stamp this, and I think this one's going to be a million thanks. Although this makes a good birthday card, but will a million thanks fit there? It will just fit there. Okay. And this one is our old olive ink. And we're going to do there. Sorry, you guys. So sorry. That was noisy. So there's our a million thanks. Now all that's left is putting the flowers in our vase. So the mechanism part is the tough part, you guys. But let's bring all of these pretties back in. And we decided that's going to be there. This one's going to be here. Get the hair out of there. And no, that wasn't kitty fur, that was mine. I like to arrange first, you guys. We've done this before. So I'm going to do that and that, just like this. And then this one's gonna come from the front, but I think we're gonna go from more the side on that one. Well, because I'm gonna tweak how we did the other one, just a little, because I like doing it different. All right, so we're gonna do, this is gonna go down here. This one is gonna go up here. That one's gonna go there. And then this, let's do our leaves first. We wanna tuck our leaves in first before we put these little ones on. So, I'm gonna tuck one there. And we're gonna tuck one right there. Do, 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 do. There we go. And then this is just whatever is pleasing to you, you guys, in regards to the flowers. I do try to keep it an odd number because odd is more pleasing, and we've talked about that before. And I keep getting, I got glue all over my fingers, you guys, so I'm struggling here in regards to things sticking. I gotta go get myself some hand sanitizer, which is right here, conveniently. Get the sticky off. Now, I know somebody's gonna ask, Jennifer, would it be easier to put the flowers on the vase first? No, it would not. Hopefully that'll get rid of my stickies. And then there's our card, you guys. There we go. There's our inside. All right, but now let's put our front on with our big dimensionals. We're almost done, you guys. We only got one more to go. And I gotta say, you guys, I think the pot was a lot easier than you're going to think. Seriously. I think it was a lot easier than I thought. It was kind of like one of those aha moments when I saw it done. I'm just like, oh, why didn't I think of that? I get frustrated with myself when I don't think of those things. So there's, oh, I like it with the green back there. What do you guys think? The online version or the original version and the online version? Which one do you like best? I like them both, but I think I like this one with the background. I think too, if I would think again about doing this one, I would do that and then I would put a Blackberry Bliss back there. But, you know. All right, so there's card number 4. Now I got one more. Whoops. Gonna move my 50 bazillion things. Okay, so here's the last one. And I ended up not using that. This is our last card, you guys. And you guys, this one, I'm telling you, it's a lot easier than you think. In all honesty and seriousness. Okay, so what we're going to need is we're going to need our copper clay. And we're going to do this way. Oh my gosh, you guys are going to love this. Okay. Long across the top. And we're going to do, remember, dark as death. Our pot lip. And then we're gonna do this. Here, now, this, you got the little score up here, and these two scores are the same. So what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna flip that score up and this score down so that it looks like that. All right? But here's the tricky part. And it's not really tricky, you guys. I'm burnish my score here. You want this little lip part to be up. And what you want to do is you want to take your trimmer, and I was working from the bottom, and I want to put my score in the track, and I want to use the numbers in the middle. You guys see these numbers in the middle right here? We're going to use those because I want to move that there and there. And we're going to cut. Oh, I didn't get it over enough. Dang it. Hang on. There we go. Dang, I love our trimmer. You may want to do snippy snips to get it perfect, you guys. All right, same thing. We're going to do it this way. We're going to put our score right on the track part, and then we're going to scooch it over, and that's how we're going to do our cut. And I like working from the bottom, you guys, because then I get the score cut first. Let's make sure I'm lined up properly. And we're going to hold that in place, and then we're going to cut. And I am going there and back because we're cutting 2 layers here. Okay, now in your goodie bag, which is where's my goodie bag at? I know I spewed it all over oh, right here. Right here in my goodie bag, there is an embossed piece of copper clay. What I'm going to do with it is, and you have a choice, you guys. You can glue it on here. Mine's a little long. It'll be a little long because I cut them all the same. So you have a choice. You can glue it on to the front and then flip it over and cut, or you could do your trimmer. I'm going to choose to glue it on first. And the reason that I'm going to do that is because I won't squash my my embossing. So I'm going to line it up on the bottom. And then I'm going to flip it over. And I'm using my long scissors here, you guys. I love my retired long Stampin' Up! Scissors. Any long scissors will do. And then trimmy trim, just like that. Straighten that out a little bit. And then that's going to go over, and look, you've got a pretty decorated pot. Now, and I didn't think about this until after the fact, but I think this would be kind of cool. Let me grab my white ink. Maybe. Old white. Because I don't know about you guys, but I have a lot of clay pots. I'm sure you guys are surprised by that. But mine gets slightly discolored from age. And I think kind of think of it like antiquing your clay pot. But do you see what that does too? Kind of brings out the emboss a little bit. And, oh, I didn't go down far enough. So I think we're gonna do it like that. And then I'm gonna do up here. Oh my gosh, you guys, check that out. Isn't that pretty? Oh, there we go. All right, so there's our pot. And you guys, really, the hard part is done. So we're gonna take a white piece, our white piece, do, 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 do. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so excited. All right. All right, so here is, whoa. Here's our insert. And this is what's going to hold our flowers. Remember? That's what it's going to look like, something like that. All of them are not going to be the same, so what we need to do first is we need to tie this. And, oh my gosh, you guys, we have way more ribbon than I thought we were going to have. I am so excited about that. All right, so we're going to pull this around. A little less. Just a little. Nope, that ought to be good. Okay. Again, we're going to use our reverse tweezers. Hold that in place. And we're going to do our loop-de-loop like we did with the green last time. That, and that. So that it looks like that. Right? We've done that before. And then I need my other pair of reverse tweezers to hold that, hold it in place, and then we're going to tie a knot. Well, technically another bow. Technically another bow. So we're going to tighten that up like that, and then we're going to do a bow. Pull that out. Tighten that up. Trim that. And you guys, look at all, we have a little less of the green left, but there's a whole bunch of the pink left. And you can adjust your bows accordingly. And there's your pot. How cute of a pot is that? I love that pot. That's so cute. All right, now, here's where things get interesting. You have these fussies already done. I also had some large pieces. See this large piece right here? There's that. But we're going to do it, I think we're going to do it on this side. So this will probably go here. This one will probably go here. But here's the thing, you guys. This is going to be super duper important because we need, we're going to take this one. It needs, remember, it needs to fit in an envelope, right? So we're going to have to make sure that our parts, okay, hang hang on. That's funky. This, I think this might be easier. Here we go. So this will be in the middle. And then we need to create our flower pot like that. So see how that's going to stay inside the card base. All right, so we're going to take our glue, holding that, and we're going to put that there. And then we're going to take this one. Do we want... I'm trying to figure out how much I want those leaves, because I really don't need those leaves. What if... Nope, that's not going to work. We might have to, okay, we might just go with, again, down at the bottom here, ooh, I like that. There we go. Okay, so we're going to put this one up here, and we'll pull it over so that it takes up that whole space. So we're going to do that there. So I'm going to lift that. I'm going to put a little bit of glue down there, hold that in place. So now we have our top, and our width as wide as we can take it. And we're going to add, I think we're going to add this one, and I think, oh, we'll do this one right here. I wish I had a different color. Oh, but we'll have leaves. We have leaves yet. Hang on, hang on, hang on. We have leaves yet. Okay, which will be good, because what we can do for this, there we go. There we go. Oh, and I have an extra one now, because I don't think we need any more leaves. There was a lot of leaves on that, you guys. So this is how we're going to do this. And I'm going to put dimensionals on this part like I did before. Garbage. We're going to do 2 dimensionals here. And then we'll glue the rest. There. And then glue that back here. And we'll put that like that. Yeah. And you guys, again, this is all what makes you happy. Okay, if you don't want a whole bunch of flowers here, then you don't have to. And that's what our flower pot's going to look like. And when you pull it up, you'll get all the rest. So there we go. And look, I still have flowers left. Yay! And you guys, with as much as we have going on up here, I'm not going to put this little one down here. I like this just the way that it is. And you guys, don't forget, you've got this whole backside to write. All right. And you guys, here's the other thing. If this bothers you, you have choices. You can put a couple more flowers back here as a distraction. If you plan on using this part, right? Or I think that's pretty. I don't mind that. But you have all this extra room to write on the back side. You can put a little note there and skip the back if you want. That's entirely up to you how you want to do it. But it's your card, as Paula would say, do it as you wish. And look at, we still have pieces left. So here is the original, like that. Here's the original. Let me get my parts out of the way here. Original, online. Let's go through them all. Original. Oh, I dropped something. Hang on. Here's the online version. Here's the original. And here's our online version. Oh, I'm so excited about putting that one together. And then here is the original and the online version. And then the original, and I know I still have to fussy cut that one, and the online version. All right, you guys, remember, I have 2 kits left. That's what we've got going on. If you have any questions, you guys, put it in the comment section, because I do come back and check. I look. Every time I post a video, you guys, I always check the comments. So I hope that you have an amazing day getting crafty. Thank you so much for joining me, you guys. This was a long one, I know, but the cards were so pretty. I hope you enjoyed them too. Thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you next time. Until then, keep smiling, and I'm sending you hugs. Bye, guys.